This computer. Perfect. Hey, Josh, good morning. How are you?
I am excited to be here today.
Excellent. Hey, man, I'm excited to have you. Josh, for people that don't know you, I mean, you're the U.S. Business Development Manager for Sunwriter. Josh Colas, you've been with the company for how long now, Josh?
Just over a year and a half now.
Year and a half, exactly. And it's funny, I can remember one of the first times when you and I talked and we first met each other, we were talking about things that might be a benefit to Sunwriter and helping us to build our business. And I can still remember one of the first things you talked to me about was the idea of having a phone-based app where we could actually put contact information in and send out, videos and information on our products and our business opportunity to people that were part of our database. And I guess one of the reasons I was so happy to have you on with us today is the fact that we've kind of reached that point now, and we're working with a company called Rapid Funnel. And if I can, I'd kind of like to turn this over to you. Tell us a little bit about Rapid Funnel, what you see in terms of this relationship, and how we can use this tool.
Yeah, and thank you, Mac, for the introduction and everything. I think one of the key components is when we first started, and I first started here, my background is obviously internet marketing, technology, social media, and I've actually left network marketing for a couple of years to work in the IT space in software and hardware and headhunting and doing all these things. So I was involved in a lot of different interesting projects related to apps and everything. And so one of the things that I wanted to do is help the company in deploying tools from a network marketer perspective that's a simple and easy process step by step to really help guide people and mentor them by using the technology and making the business simple, fun, and easy. And part of that is because the law of attraction occurs when you're attractive. And if somebody's thinking, oh my gosh, I have to do all of these things before I can ever become successful in Sunwriter or any other company for that matter, they're not going to do it. And typically people aren't good at the skills that are required or necessary to be successful, truly successful network marketing. So I believe that we have something now with Rapid Funnel that already has a lot of the components. In fact, the majority of the components that we were designing internally here with our own app, but already a proven model that's been deployed at other companies, just came off an exclusive contract. So it's now available to other companies. And we're one of the first companies to actually receive that in the network marketing space. So that in itself, Mac, is very exciting.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Josh, tell us a little bit about the app and what it can do for us in terms of helping us to build our businesses, because I've used it for 30 days now and I have my own thoughts, which I'll share in a minute, but why don't you take us from step 1 through 10, okay?
Sure. So the idea is that when a person gets started in the business, when you first download the app, you have the ability to import your contacts. And you can do that one at a time, or you can actually import your entire list.
Right.
And so give me one second there.
Sure, no.
You can actually import your entire list and all your database of your phone. And what's cool about that is the idea, Mac, is that you take, let's say, your top 20.
Yep.
You rate them on a star system, which gives them points. And those points have value I'm going to get to in a minute. And then you can simply share in their contact tab, whether it be an opportunity video, a product fact sheet, whatever it might be, based on the prospect's activity. If they click the link, if they watch the video, which, by the way, it's all being recorded transparently, the actions that they take, how much action they take, that they watch the entire video, and based on the prospect's action, it actually gives them more points or value, which then shows you and tells you that they're either a hot prospect or just a regular average prospect based on the action they took.
Got it.
And so it moves them from the regular contact tab into the hot prospect tab based on their activity. Here's also what's cool about this and why it's important, Mac. If the prospect doesn't take action, and let's say somebody tries to use the app as sort of a spam type thing without the relationship, the prospect actually loses points and moves backwards in value as to how they are perceived in the system. Now, this is important because there's a driving factor in the app, which is every week or for a certain period of time, we, the company, or you, the upline, we can collectively play a game with the field. And we can do this based on the top 10 people, the top 5%. Anyone who achieves the goal, for example, anyone who contacts 10 new people this week could win a prize, or could win VIP seating at convention, or could win discounts on products, or win a gift card for free product. Whatever it is, we can literally do this every week or every month. And based on, again, that activity of what's called an engaged prospect, we can actually go into and create this gaming aspect, which has become the #1 most motivating factor at every company that this has been deployed. And it makes a lot of sense from a psychology standpoint of just making the business even more fun, and then rewarding people for simply just taking action, regardless of if somebody joins the business, becomes a customer. Just going out and talking to people and making the business fun, and then rewarding them with, you know, free prizes and different things that we can do every week or every month.
Yeah, I tell you, that's a feature that really was attractive to me when you first told me about this, because I mean, again, this is a relationship business, but we're all about acknowledgement, recognition, and reward. And I'm constantly looking, as I know you are, for things that can help us to drive our business and to get people to take that action and to create activity and momentum in what's happening with their business. And I just love the idea of being able to get our leaders on with this app, to be able to track what they're doing, to be able to see the activity level. And then you're right, to put together some weekly, monthly, whatever it is, reward system that acknowledges what they've been doing and gives them a benefit for doing so, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, again, it's really exciting. We're seeing it here as something that, you know, this is just a small test group of people that again, we're doing. The app is proven. We're in the process of creating some of the additional content. So that being the front end opportunity stuff, the product videos, and then also the back end things like the follow-up email autoresponder. So here's kind of the other thing that's cool, is that built in is both a product campaign, email campaign, and a business opportunity campaign. So if we're out and about and I meet you somewhere and we're talking about the Slim Down Challenge or one of the products, and, you know, I say, Mac, it was really great meeting you. You know, you were interested in learning more about the VitaTaste as how it can block the absorption of carbs and sugar. And I'd love to send you a 5-minute video about it. Great. What's your phone number? How do you spell your last name? What's your email? Great. So Mac, if I sent you a 5-minute video on how you could do that and help you lose some weight, when would you watch it?
Yep.
Tomorrow at whatever time. Great. Listen, let me follow up with you the next day. In fact, in the Rapid Funnel, I'm going to show you guys this, but in Rapid Funnel, we have the ability to actually now add a reminder that populates my calendar in my phone and my Gmail at home, whatever it might be, so that I literally live by my phone and my calendar, which most people in the world today do, especially in business. And so we can now treat it like a serious business that it is, and also help people in having more success because of the right behaviors are being taken based on you know, the actual activity and actions and stuff. So everything that's been created, Mac, has really been done from a psychology standpoint of what an actual network marketer should do, would do, can do to be the most successful that they can be.
Absolutely. Well, Josh, you know, I want you to actually show people this thing, but I just wanted to comment before you do that. What you just said is so right on. And that's how I've actually used this thing the last couple of weeks. Matter of fact, 3 quick examples. In my dojo, I had somebody ask me about a vegan-based protein. Okay, and does Sunrider have anything like that? So I sent them the video on Protein Plus. I recorded a reminder for the following day to follow up with them. And now it's in the process of them trying to find out, is this something they want to buy? Are they now interested in the business and income opportunity? But again, it's everything you said. Same thing, Protective Foundation. I had another lady asking me about skincare the other day. Did that. Third thing, I had a pest control guy come to work at our home. We started talking. He's an entrepreneurial-based spirit, was very interested in the income even more than the products. So I sent him the introduction to Sunrider and what the Sunrider difference is all about. And I've got my follow-up with him scheduled for tomorrow, and it's all there on my phone within that app. So please, show us how this is done, okay?
Absolutely. Now this is the best part. So let me turn my screen on here.
Cool.
On my phone. And actually, let me go into Zoom here first. Zoom. Share my screen. And let me turn this on. Start the broadcast. Okay, so now step number one for those out there is really going to be to download the Rapid Funnel app. So it's right here. You'll see it as a green icon with the RF. And basically it allows you to go to the App Store, either an iPhone or Android, look for Rapid Funnel, simply download the app, and then what you're going to do is you're going to click New User. Once you do that, simply fill out your information, and it's going to actually ask you a question that I want to point out. Now, if you have this, great. If not, you can skip over it. But one of the things is that you can do in the sign-up process, you'll see here, IBO page site name. So if you're in the US or Canada, all you need to do is put in your IBO site name. Now, it's the one word or two words that you use after the /site. So if you don't know what that is, log into the back office, find that. If not, again, you can skip over this. It's not that important at this time. But once you're in, you're going to find a screen like this. And so you'll see the number of total contacts that you have added into the phone or into the app, how many you've done this month and this week. And then you'll see the thing that says engaged 70%. So of the 23 people, Mac, and again, this is my demo account. So of the 23 people, 70% of those people have actually clicked on a link and looked at some of the content that I've sent them. That's what that means. They've taken action. 38% of them opted in, so almost half actually opted in to receive future emails and updates from me in relation to Sunwriter. And then 65% of those people actually viewed the content that was being sent to them. So just to put that in perspective. Now, the reason that's important is because oftentimes we say, hey, go to www.sunwriter.com/y, check out the videos and watch them, which is not going to change. It's a great resource to have that. But now we actually know without a shadow of a doubt if somebody actually took the action, an individual person, and we can see how much action they took. And I'm going to show you guys that in just a minute. You'll also see this at the bottom, this thing that's called ongoing rewards. Now, these are the weekly or monthly rewards that either the company or the top field leaders we all can agree on we're going to do. So based on my activity for the week, I can win prizes, I can win VIP tickets or seating at convention, free product, whatever it might be that we're doing for the week, by simply going out and talking to people and sharing content with people. And we can actually measure this across the board. And the reason this is important is, number one, obviously, is to help people take more activity and reward them for just taking the action, but also so that we, the company or the top groups, can help in measuring and monitoring the effectiveness of the actual sales funnels and tools. So we actually have complete data and metrics on, click-through rate, email open rate, how long are people watching the videos, the conversion to click and signing up. So we actually have all of this data. Now we can actually test the messaging as a collective whole of what's working the best. Right. And I think that's really important today in any type of sales or marketing. So here's how simple it is. Step number one, you'll see the icon at the bottom with a plus. We simply click on that. Now, I likely already have people in my phone. So let's go through this again, Mac. We just meet, we're on the airplane. We're flying over here to convention, or you happen to be, or whatever. And I put in your first name, your last name, your phone number, and I can write some notes in here. Met on the flight to Los Angeles, right? In fact, I'm just going to put in let me put in a fake name here.
Sure.
And now, if I don't have a person's email, obviously I can't add them to an email campaign.
Right.
And so I'm just going to skip this for now. Because I'm going to show people on the next screen how we can do this with an imported person. We can now schedule a reminder. Mac, we talked, you said you wanted more information. I'm going to send it over to you. Well, you said you wanted to talk tomorrow about the same time. I'm going to add myself a reminder, because I always like reminders, that 15 minutes before 10:35, my phone's going to ding, and it's going to say, hey, call Mac Atkinson, and follow up with them. I simply hit save, and now I'm going to add it to my calendar. which is integrated into my phone. So now all of that data is in there. Now something different and something interesting I want to show you is this. In fact, let me just see if, let me find this one. Okay, so here's a great example of what we can do in the system here. You'll see it says active campaign. This person happens to be on an email product campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So we could change this at any time to an opportunity or to none.
Yep.
But the key thing is that, again, if I had your email, I could add you to a drip system, which would send you an email asking you, would you like to opt in to receive more information? You would hit yes or no, or ignore it. And if you do hit yes, you're going to receive a series of emails that are going to be sent to you. I'll show you in just a minute. But if we go into the activity log, what's really cool about this is that every detail you'll see here is recorded. So this person, as an example, watched 100% of the video, the Sunwriter product difference.
Right.
And if we scroll down, earlier, they only watched 2% of it. And then they came back and they watched it 100% of it. How to use the app. Again, I sent this. So, there's a lot of different details that we can look at with different people in their actual activity log. But step number one that I want to show you that's important. So as a brand new person, again, we can manually add people one at a time. We're out and about in public, the grocery store, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the big thing is if I'm a brand new person in Network or in Sunwriter, or maybe you've been in Sunwriter a while and you want to use this to share content with people, here's what you're going to do. You're going to click on the import button in the top right. And now what you're going to do is you're going to select your top 20, okay?
Yep.
So I'm just going to go ahead and select a few, just as an example. And then what I'm going to hit import. Now we can do this one at a time or we can do a bunch of them at once, okay? Mm-hmm. Step number 2, we're going to go ahead and click on the person's contact. And let's say this person is like really into health or they're a really strong entrepreneur, whatever it is, I'm going to give them a star rating. This person is a 5-star in my book. This is the top person, Mac, that I would love to recruit, bring into my Sunwriter business, and partner with me to join. Mm-hmm. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to sit down with my upline, and we're going to say this whole process, by the way, and we're going to now share content with her. So I'm going to say, hey, Miriam, listen, I'm going to hit the button where it says send resources. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go to the opportunity area, and then I'm going to go ahead and I can click on the inside look into Sunwriter. Now this is a video. If you're unsure what it is, you can click the play button and it'll actually open the page. Let me show you this. Mm-hmm. Everyone can see.
It's a cool
It'll actually open the page, and you can hit play, and you can see what the content actually is before you send it to somebody. So I'm going to go back into the app just so we can get back to where we were. Now, you'll see the 3 red circles at the bottom. Mm-hmm. I can either email her the video, I can text message it to her by the middle button, or I can use the button on the right and send it, let's say, on Facebook or post on Facebook or some sort of social media platform.
Right.
And so I'm going to go ahead and go to the text message. I simply hit done. I have her mobile number.
Yeah.
Hit done. And it's going to pop up this automatic message that's pre-written. So what we want to do is customize this.
Yep.
I'd love to get your feedback when you have 5 minutes. Check out the inside look into Sunwriter.
Perfect.
And I simply hit send. And what will happen is when she then goes and clicks on the link, number one, I'm going to actually get an email that says, Miriam just clicked on the link. She's watching the video, Inside Look into Sunwriter. Here's her name. Here's her phone number. Here's her email. Okay. And I want to point out another thing I should backtrack. When you first sign up, this is optional, but when you first sign up into the app as a new user, what will happen is it'll actually ask you, and this is in the profile tab, you can add this later. You'll see this section here in the profile tab where it says additional user info. Now this is done in the setup initially. and you can click the question mark and it asks you what, it'll tell you what this means. It's supposed to. Anyway, what that means is, though, if I'm working with my upline and I'm wanting their support, Mac, what it'll allow us to do is you, the upline, will get an email notification that said, hey, Josh just sent this video to Miriam. She clicked the link and is watching the video now. Mm-hmm. So not only am I the individual IBO, but also my upline or sponsor or partner can help me and work with me to do the three-way phone calls.
Right.
You know, so-and-so, they watch the video, they're a hot prospect. So we can change this at any time. I can simply click change. I would put in Mac's email address here in this case, and then I would simply hit to the top right. You see it says save, and it would save it. And now as I'm doing the business and talking to people, you're going to get a message of all of the people I'm talking to and what's going on. Now, again, that's an optional thing. It's not something that you have to do, but it's something that can be done. So again, step number one, Mac, we're going to add our top 20 people. Yep. We're going to rate them by the star system. That's going to give them points. You see that she has 30 points. It gives them 6 points per star. And then inside here, again, we're simply going to hit the button that says send resources. It's going to pop up the resource section. So whether it be product information, we have fit tip videos that Dr. Ruben Chen has done. Mm-hmm. We have product fact sheets in here as well. And we even have a couple different opportunity videos inside Look into Sunwriter, and also why choose Sunwriter video from that. And so the account that I have now, again, is a demo account, so it has some other stuff in here that actually is not applicable. But a couple of the things I want to point out that's really important, Mac, is that in the training tab, we also have some other documents. So let's say that Miriam has joined. Mm-hmm. We talked to her, she's joined. Now we're going to do a getting started training. So it's as simple as what I'm going to do is I can open this document here. This is the 7-day fast start.
Right.
So what's cool about this is I can actually text message or email this over to her, and she can actually print it out. And we can sit there either on the phone, on a webinar, or whatever, and simply set our goals, who are our top people. Again, so right here, of course, we have our top 25. Mm-hmm. So in reality, she's going to write down the top 25. I'm going to say, great, Miriam, go to the App Store, download Rapid Funnel. Let's put in the top 25 names. Let's rate those people based on, what you think their interest level might be and your top people. And then let's go ahead and together, let's schedule appointments and meetings for three-way phone calls, two-on-one sit-downs, or invite them over and we'll have a party, either whether it be Shake and Tea or Slim Down Challenge, whatever. Mm-hmm. And really go through this, because what's going to happen from an upline standpoint is you're going to know whether or not the people that they're talking to are, number one, responding, or if they even talked to them. Right. So, I mean, this is like completely amazing. And now we have the ability to motivate people even further to simply take the action in order to win extra free fun prizes by just competing against other IBOs in their country or wherever, and making the business super fun.
Exactly. Josh, again, this is such an exciting thing to have available to us now. Tell me, again, for people to get started with this and to do kind of a trial basis of their own, it's simply a matter of going to the App Store on their phone, plugging in Rapid Funnel, downloading the app, and then you've already walked them through what they do from there in terms of putting their own contact data in, et cetera, and how they can start using this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really the key. So it's free the first 10 days. Got it. You can put in your credit card and pay $1 and you get 30 days for $1. Mm-hmm. And then it's $14.95 US a month.
Exactly.
And so it's really affordable. Talk to your CPA about a tax write-off. But it really allows you to take the business to the next level, because you have everything from training material to prospecting material right in your fingertips. And when you're out and about in public, again, think about it, Mac, from a prospect standpoint.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially a younger person, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are thinking, can I do what you just did?
Yeah.
And if I have to do a hotel meeting, and which all those things are important, but if I have to go learn and do all of this stuff to be successful, they're going to be like, yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, Josh. I've got my 24-year-old, my youngest daughter, coming with me to convention this year, the third generation from our family, if you will. And I remember talking to her when I first got her signed up and started thinking about the business of Sunwriter. And the first thing she came back to me with is, well, Dad, does Sunwriter have a phone app where I could use? Because, I mean, the age group, that's right. Something they've got to have happen. And this is so cool. And I got to say that I know the company's negotiating with Rapid Funnel now, and maybe there's some bigger and better things that can happen here in the future for us with this. But the message I want to get across to my people too is, again, how simple this is, what a great tool it is. The fact that for free, they can get a 10-day trial. For $1, they can get a 30-day trial. And I just finished my 30-day trial. And I like this thing so much that I went in yesterday and bought the upgraded service at $14.95 a month. And, folks, $180 a year in investment in your business for a tool that's going to help you generate 100 or 1,000 times that back in terms of potential income and revenue. So this is a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned in terms of the use of this. And I'm excited about the content the company already has on there. I'm more excited about the additional content that we'll continue to be able to build in. But this is something that really we should all be using. And I have to say, one of the reasons I wanted to do this with you today, and thank you again for your time with this, is the fact that I've got a lot of people overseas too, Western Europe, Australia, Hungary, and even though there's some language challenges that go along with that, most people around the world I found do have some English. They speak right. It probably better than I do in a lot of cases. And this is something that I know my Western European folks are going to be extremely excited about it. I could see even running some contests between the distributors in Western Europe versus Hungary, or Hungary versus Australia. You're right, just building this excitement and the momentum that can come out of a tool like this. So this is just awesome stuff. One of the other things that I just wanted to make a comment on, and if you have some difference here, please share, but when I've been using this tool, one thing that came to my mind was the fact that this is not a magic bullet for our business, okay? It is just another tool. We still have to go out there. We have to engage people in conversation. We have to listen and ask questions and find out what their needs are. And from there, the key is in the follow-up. And I think this is such an incredible follow-up tool that's going to make it so easy for us that again, that's why I'm so excited and so happy to have you on with this thing. So again, download the app, put your contact detail in, start using it free for 10 days, upgrade by $1 to get it for 30 days for free, and then make your evaluation after 30 days if it's something you want. But this is something we're certainly going to be promoting to our groups around the world, and can't thank you enough for that. One of the things that I noticed when I first signed up with it, it asked for a group code, okay? Right. The group code is Sunwriter, correct?
Sunwriter, that's correct.
So for those of you that download the app and you want to go ahead and start using this thing, it will ask you for a group code. It's Sunwriter. You can then set up your own password, I believe. So it is password protected for your own access and so forth. And again, if you are working with your upline, your sponsor is your business partner in this thing, and you can put that little their contact information in there, which is what I'm going to suggest to all our people, so I can see what they're doing, okay, and better work with them in terms of accountability, etc. Again, what a great, awesome tool.
Yeah, and Mac, I want to point out a couple quick things before I forget.
Yeah, please.
And that's a really good point. Is that number one is that there's a slide that I have, and it's a dentist doing dentistry with a jackhammer, and the caption says, "Any fool with a tool is still a fool." And so the point of that is that it's not to be insulting. It's the fact that we have to use the tools intelligently. And really make it simple, fun, and easy and attractive for other people to do the business by using ways to share Sunwriter with others. But I want to point out just a couple quick things,
please,
because I wanted to mention this that I forgot. And that is, let me show you on the phone here. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Okay, so if we go back in here into Rapid Funnel, you'll see the thing that says capture page.
Yeah.
And the capture page is designed to do just that. Capture information that you don't already have. So in other words, I could put this on a business card. I could post this on my social media page.
Mm-hmm.
I could put it out there somewhere publicly, passively, to capture somebody's information, which then they get added as a contact in my contact database, versus the opportunity or product area. Again, the resource tab needs to be used only if, for example, let me rephrase this. Let me say this a different way. If you want the activity to be tracked in the actual activity log,
Mm-hmm.
so as an example, the activity log, if you want to know if a person opened an email, clicked a link, watched a video, how much of the video they watched,
Yep.
then what you have to do is you have to go into the contact first, then hit the button that says send resources.
Right.
So that's step number one. If you go directly to the resource section to send a resource at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
it actually will not track the activity.
Got it.
So the only time you would ever do this, potentially, is if you wanted to maybe share something with your downline or something like that.
Yeah.
But in the future, in the training section, we're going to have full-on training on doing the business. And the reason this is going to be important is because we can move people from being a prospect and on a product or business opportunity campaign over to a training campaign.
Right.
So now I'm new in the business, Mac, and you say, hey, Josh, did you do the 7-day fast start and getting started in the business?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll know if I did it or not, because you can see if I clicked it, if I downloaded it, did I watch the video, am I on the drip, did I sign up for the email campaign,
Mm-hmm.
etc. And that's kind of one of the things I want to point out too, is if we go to the home screen and click on campaigns, you'll see the product campaign as an example. Again, this is just as an example for now. We're going to be building all this out. But on day 1, there's an email, day 3, day 8, day 14, and day 21. So we can actually stretch this out for the next 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, where we can drip on people with information about specific products, product groups, whatever that might be, in relation to benefiting them. So I just want to make that clear and point that out, because it's a really important delineator in getting the most out of this. And really making it happen, be successful. One last thing I want to point out, if we go to the More tab, now, eventually, if we have other countries and other languages, if, again, this is in beta for us,
I understand.
For other companies,
I understand.
Been very successful, then your country would actually have its own group code.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in Hungary and you speak Hungarian, obviously you would have a Hungarian, or if you're in Israel, Hebrew, and so forth and so on. So I just want to point out something. If we go to the profile tab, this is brand new as of yesterday. So if anyone has the app now, they need to update it by going into the store.
Okay.
You can click on the language button, and you'll notice we have both English and Spanish.
Nice.
So now you'll notice that the app is all done in Spanish.
Yeah.
Contactos.
Uh-huh.
Right? So, and I won't butcher the other words because I don't speak Spanish very well. But I know más means more. So I can go back to the más tab, go to the profile area, and lengua, and we can switch back to Inglés, and then we have to hit save. And so now our profile, you'll see, is not contactos anymore. It is now contacts and more. So it's back to English. So there'll probably be some other languages just for those out there, which is going to be really important. But I just wanted to point that out, and that that's a possibility of what you can do there.
Thank you. Well, Josh, this has been really, really good. And I so appreciate your time and taking this effort to walk through us with this, because this truly is something that's very exciting. And I mean, before I let you go, this is our week heading into convention, and really excited about getting over to Anaheim and seeing the training and the new products and all of the events that are going to be taking place. Are there any last minute words you would share with folks that are going to see this clip before convention on what they're going to miss at this point because they haven't signed up and come?
Well, I think, for this year at convention, Mac, what's really cool, obviously, we have the app and everything, but we also have some other really neat things, some new social media stuff and marketing and techniques to really go out there and meet people and to growing the business. But I think what you're seeing here with Sunrider is a reinvention of itself with a lot of new stuff, a lot of new great leaders internally in the company in different countries, from a corporate level, a lot of new IBOs coming on board, a lot of new technology and different things. And so I think that, Mac, this year is going to be, I mean, last year was amazing. But I think this year now is sort of going to be a massive springboard into the future, into the company, as to what's to come, what to expect, and some different things that is really going to help people in growing their business into the future.
Absolutely. Well, Josh, again, very excited about coming over there and seeing you guys. I know the Chins always have a lot of fun things planned for us during the 4 days that we'll be there. And it's a pretty packed schedule for sure. But I'll tell you, I look forward to that because there are so many fun things going on. And it's such a wonderful opportunity to really be able to spend time with like-minded people, Sunriders from around the world. And we've got our family reunion coming up on the evening of August 2nd there at the Marriott, and looking forward to all of that, and being able to spend some time with you too, and really getting a better sense for where this company is heading. So awesome stuff. And Josh, again, thank you so much. Last word to you. Anything you'd say for people just to close this thing down?
Yeah, and I appreciate that, Mac. You know, I think the thing is, and I would really encourage everybody on your team, is that, you know, download the app, use it, find out how easy it is. I mean, if you have some challenges, feel free to reach out to myself or Mac or somebody else who really has mastered it. And really, you know, what I'm looking for, Mac, is some feedback on how, you know, what are some of the content in the funnels? Because not only can we have a front end single video, we can also put in an actual funnel where it goes from, you know, a 2-minute video to put in your information to a 15-minute full-on webinar to a click here to join right now. And with a real call to action. And that's one of the coolest things that other companies are using, we haven't built yet, is that it's in a place right now where people are using it, Mac. We've actually had a lot of people who haven't been active in a long time, as well as new people who have come on board, been using the app, and actually have enrolled quite a few IBOs. Like, one guy had enrolled no IBOs, downloaded the app, and enrolled 2 in 1 week, plus a customer.
Very nice.
Another couple who live in the middle of nowhere, they were able to go to the grocery store, as an example, stand there in the checkout line, have a conversation. Something came up about a specific, you know, product type of genre, said, hey, can I send you some information in a video right now? The person said, yes. Great. What's your name? What's your phone number? What's your email? Open the app, just like I showed you guys, add the contact, sent them a video. They knew that they watched it because they could see all the data. They got a notification, called the person, next day, signed up, bought a couple $100 in product. So I'm hearing these stories, Mac, and we only have like a handful, like literally a half a dozen or a dozen people who are just part of the test group, and this is now becoming an expanded test group, using it. But for such a small group of people to have this many new IBOs and this many new customers come on board, with just the basic content we already have off of YouTube and other places, this is going to be phenomenal what this is going to do long term from a funnel standpoint, from a drip standpoint, from a simplicity standpoint, and really helping, encouraging, motivating, and guiding people on what they need to do to be successful in the business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, that's the main reason I'm so excited is again, it's allowing us an easy way for people to take action and to truly grow their business, because that's what we want, you know, sign up the IBOs, sign up the customers, build your volume, grow in rank, and reap the rewards, you know? So good.
Absolutely.
Josh, thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you next week, buddy, in Anaheim. And again, we'll talk to you real soon. Okay.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Thanks, Josh. Bye-bye.